Hello guys, Crix here with another video. This one will be showing off the minecart system that I designed for the new Nether Hub on my server. I'll admit I did go into creative mode to build this, but I think it's alright to cheat for community stuff like this. And here we are. This is the takeoff point for the different paths that you can choose. You have to put the minecart there because if you put it here it won't go anywhere. The minecart needs one of two things when on a powered rail. It needs to be on a slope, or it needs to have a block behind it to tell it which direction to go. So by default these first three rails are allowing the minecart to go to the last one. It'll just skip over that. If we press the first one, the first rail will turn left, allowing the minecart to go that way now. If we press the second button, it resets the first rail, and the second rail is now turning left. Pressing the third button resets the first two, and the third rail is now turning left. And the fourth button is basically just an all reset. It resets the first three rails so that the minecart just continues on to the last one. The design is fairly simple. It took a little bit of playing around to get it to work exactly right. You can do more than 4, but it gets more complicated, more complex the more times you repeat it, because it needs to have that reset ability. Damn it. This place isn't meant for visitors. Alright, there we go. This system here is the one that powers the rail above here, and the piston that pushes the block up. It's also the same piston that when the minecarts are on the return path, there's a detector rail here and here. Powers this redstone and pushes the block up. I'll show you that. All the minecarts, when they're returning, go down this rail here. Oh, and if you're wondering about this detector rail, this resets this rail, and that one resets this one. This is completely unnecessary. It was only in the original design because I thought I needed it, but it doesn't serve any purpose at all because each one of these buttons resets the rails anyway. So it's completely unnecessary. But when the minecarts are coming back, they will go down the return rail and run over these pressure plates, or detector rails, sorry, and the block pops up until you destroy your minecart. Pretty simple. Second thing I wanted to show you was the system that I designed for my friend Stutendo and myself. His base is past my base, so whenever he would go to his base, he'd have to get off his rail at my base, pick up his cart, and go put it on his rail, like just 20 blocks away, and then take off again. Oh, and I should say that I'm not trying to steal anyone else's design. If anybody else has done anything like this, I'm just putting this out there and hopefully it inspires somebody else to do something unique, or this is exactly what you were looking for. The only drawback to this design is you take half a block of damage when entering it, but that's not that big of a deal. Hopefully you're not starving to death and that kills you. So how this works is it uses the same logic at the Nether Hub. It has a block behind a powered rail that pushes it, so when you hit this button there's a piston that retracts this block and allows the minecart to go that way. Really simple design. In fact, you probably don't even need a tutorial for this if you know much about minecarts and redstone. And the reason that the minecart goes up through this block is because it's on a slanted rail, and minecarts can go up through a block through a slanted rail, but they cannot go down through a block. Even if a slanted rail is on the other side, this rail would also need to be slanted for the minecart to go through it. So that's why this design works. Pretty simple. And if you guys need a tutorial for this, or particularly the one I have back at the Nether Hub, I'd be more than happy to post that. Just let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching.